Two friends,
How many?
two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I had to let it play for a little longer, you know.
I mean, sometimes you just feeling it, you know? It's just like I'm bouncing right now.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta let it play a little longer. Welcome to the podcast, Cod and Two Minds. E. Marshall here. And I'm joined with my co-host,
At
Fitty
Gooner Rush, otherwise known as Fitty Back.
That's right. And it's Monday, so, you know, it's not really Monday, but, you know, Monday mornings our podcasts come out. So
In some magic way, it is Monday right now. It's Monday.
before we get into the podcast or the Arsenal proceedings, I'm going to have to just get something out on the table. I wasn't able to watch the game. Here in the United States,
Yeah.
I've been a DirecTV subscriber for years, and I know all the shenanigans, but I must say this one, it flew under the radar, and I wasn't able to catch it. I wasn't prepared, and I'm really disappointed in myself in the fact that I wasn't able to be better planned to watch the game. But I'm not disappointed in the fact that I didn't pay $50 to watch it. My friend Fitty Mac, he can give you that take on that.
Yeah.
They got him.
Okay, so I went ahead and I signed up for it. And, first
Excuse
of
me,
all...
excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, before you go on, we're talking about the NBC Sports app. Or the Gold.
The Gold.
Is that's the special one. Go ahead.
Hey, we all know in entertainment and media, you got to tier. You got to tier your services. So, but you know what? I'm willing to blame the cable providers as much because like DirecTV last year, and I'm going to assume, even though NBC didn't really divulge this to the rest of the public, but I'm sure DirecTV knew because, see, they dedicate channels to allow them to show the entire Premier League last year.
Right.
You know?
Or they've been doing that. They've been doing that.
What, 2 years now NBC's had it? 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
So, for 2 years.
Since it began.
Yeah. So they've allowed this, because of course their subscribers would like to be able to have access just like they do in football and I'm not even saying if you wanted to change your packaging and say, okay, we're going to give you access to whatever games you want, but it's going to cost you a season pack deal or something. If that's the case, I'll consider it. But, I'm a fucking grown man and I want to watch my game on a television, a big screen television and not my little MacBook. It's bullshit.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so unnecessary. So unnecessary. It's how I look at it. It's just so unnecessary. Just be like, hey, if you want the shit to stay the same, it's going to cost you an extra, we'll try $25 this time. If you know what I mean? If we get a lot of people, we'll raise the price. But either way, just leave it the same and just be like, we're gonna charge you more money to see this shit because we got all these fucking games over here, and not too many people are watching Middlesbrough versus whoever.
Yeah,
they're not even in the Premiership anymore. Well, but you know what I mean?
Hey, like I even imagine it like just like we're surprised right now. Like what? Wait, what? Gold tier package or else I can't see my team at all. And I haven't been able to not see my team in over 10 years at least. Either Fox Sports always carried it or somebody had all the games. I mean, fuck.
It was the worst part about it is, remember when I said they'll show it on tape delay? Remember I said you just can't.
Yeah.
I was like, it's no big deal, dude. You just can't watch it live. To my surprise, no, that's not the case.
Like they're not even playing that, huh?
And then check this out. You know the little fucking Fubu TV, Fubu Chavez. You know the commercials with the little fucking the guy with the long hair, and he's like, field goal.
Yeah.
I signed up. I signed up for his shit for the 7-day trial, thinking, cool. I'll just do the 7-day trial and fucking end it. I go to that full shit, and they're like, nah, you can't do the NBC Gold on this. You know what I mean? You get everything else but that. So you had nothing. There was nothing you can do but pay the $50.
Yeah.
So,
and
I just couldn't do it.
Like, kind of my final point, the thing that sucked, like literally some teams could really say, like, you're really screwing us. Because, everybody basically would want to buy the package because they have a team that they follow and they want to be able to watch them, right? Okay, so now if you think about the fact that Arsenal is in Europa League, which means we're going to be playing a shitload of games on Sunday, and NBC Sports shows both games on Sunday. We're gonna get most of our Arsenal games. So I just paid $50 fucking for like maybe 5 games this year. Maybe. Because most of the games Arsenal's gonna be on, and the only reason why they weren't on now is because they were playing with a bottom dwelling Swansea City. Otherwise, we would have, because they chose to show Liverpool and Huddersfield or Huddersfield or something. Like, that was like a good game to watch. It ended up being a fucking goal fest, but.
Well, they showed that one because those two German coaches used to pop each other back in the day.
Hey, Klopp holds on a little too long to that guy. He holds on just a little too long.
Well, Fitty, you joke, but they did a whole special on the fact that they used to pop.
Yeah.
It's whatever. You know what I mean? Enough of that.
Shall we call it an expose?
Well, yeah. They did a whole special. They held hands and shit. Stop it. All right. So enough of the NBC Gold rant. It was a complete debacle. I just ruined it didn't really ruin my day because I wasn't as nervous. It was just destiny. If they were gonna win, they were gonna win. I didn't have anything to do about it. I stayed off Twitter because I thought somehow, some way, I'd be able to watch this game.
Right.
Wasn't the case. I had to watch Match of the Day. But anyway. Saw the highlights. Very happy we won. I can't really go into the atmosphere of the lineup, so I'm going to throw it over to you. What'd you think about the lineups? I didn't notice any big changes. Did you want to see anybody else come in, or did you kind of like the way it was?
No. I mean, I tell you what, man. I guess the only questionable start, but I don't know you tell me if we have another option. I guess Holding would have been another option, but Per at times is a liability, man. But
yeah, to say the least.
But it's kind of weird because one thing we know though is that like almost every team when they see Per out there, like what they're gonna do ends up being kind of predictable. Right. They're gonna try to put somebody off of Per's shoulder and put balls in behind him and make him try to chase him down. But Koscielny knows this.
Beat him at pace.
But Koscielny knows this. So Koscielny stayed back a little bit and he helped him out. And it didn't happen too often.
Gotcha. So you're kind of thinking you would want to see Koscielny and Holding.
Yeah, I'm guessing, or I don't know if I'm blanking on some other option that way. I think that's probably our only option, right? Mustafi's out still, and
yeah, no, he's he's out.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
nobody.
Callum Chambers is coming back soon, I hear.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Which when you said Purr's a liability, I laughed because he is, but so is Koscielny. Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
in a major way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He gets a pass because, he came from the bottom to the top and he's got a lot of heart. But I noticed a lot of fucking up from him periodically. And, he's supposed to be our best defender, most experienced. I don't really like to see that. And, from what I noticed on the first goal, he doesn't handle the clearance properly. And Bellerin, is ball watching. The guy goes behind him and they score the first goal. Peter Cech comes all the way out. So, I know Purr Purr has his problems, but,
yeah.
Koscielny.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying,
But plus he's hurt.
Yeah, and that's why I was kind of hesitant to like say Purr wasn't a good start because I know option wise, I guess he's probably the really the best thing. But I just, I get worried sometimes because, any kind of halfway decent sized striker that's got some speed, he can kind of wreak havoc on us all day long, if we're not real careful, and
definitely.
but
the weird thing about Purr is, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say the irony of when they did score their first goal is, it was, I guess in a classic Arsenal way, it was just out of nowhere. We had already been peppering them with a few shots on goal. We were all around their box and we were penetrating, and then boom, they got one little break. They slotted a pass and boom, they were ahead.
Yeah, that's classic, typical Arsenal fashion right there, especially against a team like Swansea, who's kind of had our number in recent years. But what, excuse me. So what did you think about, how was the mentality? I'm always asking, are they switched on or switched off? Did Wenger had them, were they mentally prepared to play? I mean, did you notice anything?
Yeah.
I know Ozil was out there, so they couldn't have been too fired up, but,
you know what? I mean, I tell you what, I don't know. You're just like me, though. I mean, we both tend to defend him at times, and I
always defend Ozil.
Yeah,
I get genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But he came out. I thought he came out with energy. I thought the whole team came out with energy. One of the things I had in my head early on, which was bugging me a little bit, was I don't know. I think Ramsey sometimes sees certain teams or competition and thinks oh, we got this kind of attitude. So he got, right after I got done praising him last week, I thought he started this first half, maybe not the whole half, but, maybe the first 30 minutes of the game, a little wild and loose. He was getting a little too far.
Old school Ramsey trying to do too much.
He was getting a little too far forward when Lacazette and Sanchez weren't having any problems getting forward. So it was kind of it was just leaving Xhaka back there to kind of check fools. And that's, that gets scary. That gets scary. So,
no, yeah.
But
you cut out a little bit on that.
Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, other than that, though, I mean, when Xhaka's got to check guys backwards, then it gets a little worrisome. But I thought everybody's energy was pretty up. Everybody, including Kolasinac, which, hey, I know that's an easy way to say because he had a great game. But no, seriously, from the beginning, he looked like he was a gamer. He looked like he was a little more into it and ready to go today. Know.
And that's huge. I noticed energy with him. If he's got his energy, then he's going to be fine. There was a few games where he kind of looked tired, and it was understandable after international break. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, any big decisions from the refs? Anything weird happen that I might need to know about?
Swansea quickly got. It was weird. They didn't physically necessarily get really rough, but they were outmatched, athletically, physically. So, every time that Sanchez put a move on somebody, they just couldn't kind of keep up, and they were tripping them and knocking them down. And, but it wasn't the classic way like how, Stoke tries to just run right through us, It was just, they were just kind of outmatched, but they were doing a lot of tripping and knocking guys down. And so we were, you could tell we were frustrating them. You could tell they felt outmatched right from the start.
Yeah. That's good to know. Look at me. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. So what was it? 1-0 at halftime or 1-1?
No, 1-0 at half.
We completely dominated the first half, like 78% possession.
Exactly.
Just passing all around them. It was just one of those games. We're completely dominating, but we're down 1-0, and they scored on their first shot on goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just pretty much typical.
I don't know if it's a sign of my maturity. I've only been watching for 10 years or so, but I get less and less, I don't know, not nervous, but I'm, because there's always that thought like, oh boy, like I've seen Arsenal games like this before, but I don't really feel like that very often anymore. I'm just like, I know we're going to get some shots on goal. Like, let's just relax. It's only 1-0,
Yeah. When we relax and we don't press and, just overdo it. When we're doing that, when we're pressing to get that equalizer, that's when we're in trouble. But if we stay calm and just stick with our style, especially against those teams, with people like Ozil and Sanchez and Lacazette on the pitch, we're gonna score goals. Our main focus, like we've been saying since for years, is the defense, the back line. And once again, we just don't have a back line that can win us the Premiership.
Yeah.
We might get an FA Cup or something, but that's beside the point. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. So anyway, on to the second half.
Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
Just to that note, I'm feeling more and more like I think one of Wenger's downfalls as he's getting older is that he really falls in love with the talent that he scouts. And, like I said, there's a lot of reasons why I love, Nacho and Koscielny and stuff like that. But, as a manager, you can't be their best friend, man. You got to be the one that manages them. And you have to look at your team and go, you know what? We have a pretty potent attack. If we had a back line that just locked shit down, like we could legitimately be thinking about, trying to win leagues and stuff like that. So stop falling in love with Per and Koscielny and realize, like, the next time you go spend money, get two, big, strong, guys that we can rely on that are going to lock shit down back there.
At some point, you should try to do that. And that's my biggest problem with Wenger is he has no self-awareness. Everybody knows this shit that we're talking about. All Arsenal fans do is talk about this shit. So, the point that, he can't make a move or adjust says it all. Love the guy, love what he did, but come on.
Right.
He's old. He's an old guy. He doesn't get it. Like, he doesn't want to fucking adjust. And hey, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna spend $50 and watch your team play. All right. So listen to you. All right. So second half, Kolasinac, just a beautiful goal. He could have really kicked that ball all the way, rolls in. But he really focused and just really put it on target. Just a wonderful shot by Kolasinac. Yeah. Charlie Blockhead. Excuse me. I said Charlie Blockhead. Blockhead. Yeah. Excuse me.
That was I want to say maybe the second or maybe even third time in a short period when the half started that they had penetrated into the box deep and and didn't quite get something. And then that last time right there, it just spilled out and I don't know, man. How fast is that guy? Like his acceleration is what's fast. Like when he decides he's gonna go somewhere, like he's really fast. But he saw that ball lay out there and he stepped up on it like a pimp.
Struck it beautifully. Really, really. I mean, he's a guy you can really tell he knows what the fuck. Like he knows what the fuck he's doing out there. Like he gets it. Like he understands all aspects of football. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys. But it was a great shot, and the game winner, by Aaron Ramsey. Just
real classy.
Give me some build up.
Well,
who made the pass?
So what was really beautiful? So 2 passes made it happen.
Yeah.
You know, but we kind of stacked the right side. They were building up down the right, and then maybe a sweeter left foot than Mesut Ozil. I'm telling you, dude. Xhaka looped a ball way up in the air that turned down and just started heading right at Kolasinac. And he put his big ass Bosnian chest on it and just touched it down to his foot and slid it right over to Ramsey. And Ramsey didn't even hesitate, one-timed it, like not even hard, just placed it. Just
put it in the back of the net. But the funny part is Ramsey was up there like a striker.
Yeah.
Remember I say, why not play my theory, if you play Ramsey as a striker, fucking around, he'll get you some goals. But I mean, anyway, that. It was just beautiful because we needed that goal. He's been running all game.
Yeah.
Just from the highlights I saw, Ramsey was everywhere. And here he is late in the game, all the way in the box.
Yes, I know. I know.
To put that in. And that's what we love about Ramsey, especially when we're playing garbage-ass teams, because you need that energy for the whole game. You know what I mean? So that was tight. Anything else on the game?
Kolasinac, he's a true professional. It seems like I say this every week, but I mean, he had a really good game. I think it was no doubt he was man of the match. He's passionate, dude. I love it. Like when he scored that goal, he went to the sideline, looked at our supporters, and just let out a mighty roar, dude. And I was just so fired up. I was just like, yeah, dude, that's my man right there, dude.
Wenger was fired up too because a cloud of smoke came out of his penis. Anyway, I don't know if that's a fact, but so let's see here quickly before we end. How did I haven't heard anything about Alexis? How did he do? How did he look? Did he look like he was enthused? Was he trying to do too much?
Thank you. Thank you for bringing it up because I've felt some guilt. Not really guilt, just, I was wondering why, I kind of semi-called him out a few weeks. So I've been watching him closely in the last few weeks, watching him in his games. Today, this last game, he seemed to kind of calmly fit in the flow with everybody today. He still was doing his Alexis thing, cutting back in, trying to loop some balls over to open people, which he successfully did more than once. Fabianski was on his head especially for the first half. He was, but he was really just kind of flowing with everything. And there was one point. Only reason why I noted it to myself was because there was one point where he had kind of floated towards the inside to get the ball, but Kolasinac had wrapped around the backside of him and was kind of getting open. And you know how Alexis so often kind of almost makes the person give him the ball, like, give me the fucking ball. Like, he floated around and he kind of saw what was going on and he kind of floated back and he let Kolasinac make his run and they've slotted the ball to Kolasinac instead. And like it didn't look like Alexis was even bothered by it. Like, like everything was fine, because he saw that was the better play, So I think he looked really comfortable.
Cool. Based on what you're saying, it sounds like there's a little bit of chemistry developing between our attacking three mixed in with a little block.
Yeah. And
good.
even
That's like.
Even your boy Bellerin, he picked and chose. Oh, you know what?
Please,
I forgot. I was going to bring that up. He picked and chose. So he had some good runs, some. But I tell you what, man, I had a flashback, kind of a scary Halloween thought, because there was times that he gave me a little bit of Theo Walcott that made me worry. Like, there was a couple times we got out on the break where he had the ball and he had options left and right, and just somehow he made the wrong choice, like where, the right choice was pretty like open and really easy paid. He tried to do something and gave the ball back away. And you're just like, dude, you're young. Don't turn into this person. Like, I don't know what I have to say, but work on your game or something, like.
Yeah, I feel. Before we get off Bellerin, I mentioned to him to wear his hair down and put a little blush on. He
let it flow. And as we're getting later in the fall in England, it looks like he's starting to lose a little of his color.
Right. He's going full vampire on us this year. Well, that's good to know. Before we end the show. Caught in Two Minds, the podcast. Can we be, based on what you saw, and then I'll answer. Based on what you saw, can we beat Man City next week?
I'm an optimist.
Okay, I'll answer.
I'm an optimist. I'm an optimistic person. Can we beat? Yes.
We'll get a
Yeah. Just like ESPN FC does their little power percentages or whatever. I mean, can we beat? 20% chance. 20% chance.
Okay. No chance. We won't get anything out of that. We'd be lucky if we get a result, but we won't get anything out of that game. We got a midweek Europa League game, right?
Oh, do we? Is that the Lyon game that I told everybody was coming up last week? Lyon? Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm
all organized. I'm organized.
So, yeah, anyway, you guys, NBC Gold, they got me, and I actually sent them an email like an hour after signing up for their thing telling them, and they have not responded. I told them, hey, I signed up for this damn program thinking it was going to be on my television. It's only on my computer. What are we going to do about fixing this? I need to get my refund. What are you going to do?
You didn't send them that email, did you? Because that's, in this day and age, dude, they got HDMI cords. You can hook it right up to your computer, hook it into your TV, boom.
Oh no, I don't run that kind of TV.
You're a Luddite. You're a neo-Luddite. All right, so next 3 games is Red Star Belgrade, Thursday, Man City, Tottenham. The sky is getting ready to fall.
We're
going to end it on that note.
That's our next Premier League games?
Yes.
How long is Harry Kane out?
It doesn't matter.
Hey, man. Hey, Eric.
He'll be back. He'll be back. So, yeah, there you have it. We do play Man City at home, I think. So, if we can get a result out of that, a point, that would be nice.
Hey, I just want to remind real quick, early in the season, I told you guys, like, we've got about 5 teams to keep our mark on. And we play them twice each, so that's 10 games. And I told you that we need to get results out of 7 of them. We lost to Liverpool. We lost to Liverpool. We drew with Chelsea.
Yep.
We got Man City next. If we just need to get a result. Try to get a result. Just get a draw. Can we get a draw?
That's it.
They got a leaky back line, dude. We could score on them. That's the whole thing. It's just got to be a shootout. Like,
yeah, we can score on anybody, but we can't defend, and they score very well. So if it is a shootout, chances are we're
that
gonna
attack.
Lose. But it's what
that attack. Wow.
They're killing everybody. For all you FIFA 18 or the new FIFA, look for me online, Candyman Blanco. I've been playing pro club teams. I've been playing pro.
Hey,
go ahead.
Hey, don't just throw Candyman Blanco out like everybody's just gonna like pick up on that. Like, come on, say it slowly so they know. Because man, ain't nobody ever heard of a Candyman Blanco.
Right? Yeah. Well, it's a good thing they have rewind buttons so they can go back. Anyway, it's whatever, dude. You know what I mean? It's whatever. All right. On that note, I'm going to end it. Look for us on iTunes every Monday. Caught in Two Minds. Subscribe, rate, and review. Interact with us. Get with the email. CITMpodcast@gmail.com. I'm at E. Marshall, EMAS, such all. I'm not doing it again. And thanks for all the support. SoundCloud, everything. Thank you, guys.
Hey, I'm
Fitty,
at Guna Rush. Hey, and if you want to play me on FIFA 17 on the Xbox 360, look me up. Fitty back. I still haven't got the new one.
It's whatever. Christmas is coming up. One of our fans will, maybe get you.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Ooh.
Huh? What do you say? You want a want a fresco?
Maybe we can get a sponsorship from Xbox. What do you think? Hey.
I wish I had a big fart.
Peace, love, and everybody. Love you all. Peace.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review the show. All feedback is much appreciated. If you would like to contact the show, drop us an email at citmpodcast@gmail.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITMpodcast, at Guna Rush, and at E. Marshall. That's EMARSHO. The music in this podcast has been provided by Statics. If you like what you hear, be sure to check them out at staticsentertainment.com and follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.
That sound like it lasted forever.
And I like it that way.